Hello, this is not a spring chick. We're out at Venice Beach, and I was going to get in the water today, and I'm just going to tell you, it was really cold. So guess what? We're up on the grass. But meanwhile, news still continues, and we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today. Like that shot. Now it is time for gridlock to end, and Republicans must join with the Democrats to approve the president's budget, as is to save jobs.
I know they're pushing that. We need to spend $300 billion that isn't even in the budget to create more government jobs, because the more government jobs that are created, the more unemployment will go away. No, they said government jobs create unemployment.
And our weekly It's All Over for the Republicans is following Obama poll shows his weakness.
I know. They said Obama now has only got an average of 33% approval rating across the board now. And if, you know, and probably over there in the distance, you can probably see why we aren't really filming at the beach today, because there is a full-fledged motion picture being filmed over here, folks.
Oh, really? Did you just see them? We saw the tent. Well, you know, we thought there was something suspicious. There were too many lifeguards out here.
Yeah, we had 16 lifeguards within 2 stations, and now we see film equipment everywhere.
Ah.
They just aren't filming. The equipment is sitting there. They're lunchtime.
Oh, that's probably why, huh?
Yeah.
And there were a lot of really good looking women out.
Yeah, okay. When the beach is covered with attractive young ladies in swimsuits, you know there's something up, so.
And Obama is not selling our country out to foreign oil.
That's what the White House said today, that he's doing his best, and if we would just simply get over our attraction for oil and go to green energy, well, we can't turn to green energy for another 30 years. So,
and Democrats upset that Republicans canceled a $500
$500,000
a year recycling program for their paper clubs in
paper
the house.
cups. And
Paper cups?
$500,000 a year they were spending to recycle paper cups.
To recycle them?
That's right. It is the most ridiculous. They said, well, they're putting the health and the safety of our country at risk by not keeping a recycling program on. It's just, here's their thing. It's just pennies that they're talking about. Well, it's $500,000 of pure waste. I mean, you can recycle paper cups. They basically bought biodegradable paper cups that for their recycling effort, instead of just using styrofoam cups which are recycled. Well, now they're just doing the simple recycling with styrofoam cups instead of biodegradable. But I mean, this is, they said, they just did not get the message. You know, 500,000 here, 500,000 there on a, you know, does start to amount.
It really does. And
Yeah.
unions wary of Democrats' convention plans in North Carolina.
Yeah, they're holding it in a right to work state that is non-union, and they're hoping to convince people to join the union movement by taking that convention. Yeah, they just passed more legislation in that state to stop unionism.
And Wisconsin could make history with recalls.
Yeah, well, they're charging the governor of the state with breaking laws now, and that he not only shouldn't be recalled, he should be jailed and lieutenant governor take over. And they've already filed charges against the lieutenant governor because the lieutenant governor happens to be a Republican. And they filed charges against the head of the Senate because the head of the Senate is a Republican. And they filed charges against the head of the House because the head of the House is a Republican. But there are no Democrats that they could find guilty of anything.
Gaddafi forces hammer rebels in East and West Libya.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, like I said, I pointed out the fact that I'm old enough to understand when you tell a dictator you have no place to go, you have nothing to take with you, and we're going to execute you, they tend not to go anywhere.
Yeah, that kind of happens.
I know.
Loan modifications in the crosshairs.
You know, Obama wants banks to forgive loans to people that support him.
What?
Yeah, that's just not going to happen, folks, because there's no loan forgiveness for people that have been paying their loans. There's only loan forgiveness for those people that haven't made any payments since he became president.
And Ohio State coach Jim Tressel sanctioned for withholding info.
Well, supposedly he knew that his players were selling memorabilia from games to make money. But I don't think there's anything in the rules about selling memorabilia from games. They were selling jerseys. They were selling, that one guy sold his game football because they said the players don't have any money. They're flat ass broke.
Well, then.
So they were trying to
pick
pick up money to be able to continue on in college. But So they're going to sanction the college for rules that actually don't exist.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah.
How much does Obama value freedom? Arab uprisings will be his test.
Well, if it's a dictator running the show, he doesn't value it whatsoever. But if it happens to be a democracy, then he, you know, he gives lip service to democracies, but the dictators he doesn't even pay any attention to.
I know, that was just a pigeon crossing.
I know.
Okay, and the 7.2 earthquake hits northern Japan and tsunami alert issued.
Yeah, and another one hit before we left too. They've had two major earthquakes back to back in Japan now, which is not a good sign for that country.
That's not good. Mideast unrest could push oil over $140 a barrel, Rubini says.
Well, that's what they think is going to happen, because that's what Obama needs, $140 to $150 a barrel to force our country to go green. He's also wanting to drain the strategic oil reserve and not refill it, so that the United States will have to go to green energy, which happens to be produced by people that support Obama.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
And Mideast unrest, underwater mortgages rise as home prices weaken.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, the banks aren't loaning because the houses aren't worth anything, and the houses they have are worth 50% less than what they were before they took the mortgages out on them. So, and once again, it's Obama wants, if you haven't paid a payment in 2 years, Obama wants to give you a free house. Yeah.
February retail sales good despite cold weather and high gas prices.
As we've had the people explain before, they're not selling more merchandise, they're selling less merchandise and charging more foot. Another cameraman came up with that on skate this time, come back from lunch.
Did?
Yeah, had his camera with him, a huge big, I would think he had a Panavision camera that he was carrying.
Which is why that tent is there.
Yeah, that is the command station for what they're going to be doing.
Democrats want to drain the oil reserves and use the money for green energy programs.
I know, that's what Barbara Boxer and the others said. The 6 leading Green senators in the Senate, all of this money should go to creating green jobs and green energy, because that will end our dependence upon foreign oil. No, it won't. Since Obama became president, our dependence on foreign oil has actually doubled in size. Yep, and there goes one with a camera underneath it. We're in the middle of a motion picture shoot there.
Yeah, we just don't know which one.
We don't know which, but they're shooting a movie out here around us.
I know, usually they have signs posted.
Well, they did on a gate, but it said the 8th and not the 9th. See, there's it is. Look at him. I don't know if you see it.
Oh, that we are definitely in the middle of a motion picture shoot.
I mean, I don't know if you can get the camera, if you can see it, but because I can't. But that is the movie. Yeah,
otherwise they don't come like that over the beach.
No, he just circled over to shoot the girls. All of them. There's a lot of girls, a lot of girls in very small suits on the beach today. What movie are we in the middle of?
I know. We don't know what movie we're in the middle of.
We square in the middle of one now.
Oh, let's take these clothes off.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, let's take this. Just kidding. We're wearing our clothes here at the beach.
Yeah, we're on the clothes side anyway, not the swimsuit side.
TSA wants to increase airport fees because you're not checking your bags.
I know. Isn't that a good one? Because you're not taking as many bags with you as you were before. They now want to charge you more money for not wanting to get stopped by the bag checks rules. Isn't that a great one?
And Mayor-elect Rahm Emanuel is setting up his political arm to elect aldermen, state legislators, and maybe even congressmen who see things this way.
Illinois is broke. Chicago is broke. And yet he thinks that he can be a tremendous power in a busted state, where the other states are running commercials to get people. He said when the Illinois, they agreed to raise taxes after they told people they wouldn't raise taxes. They raised taxes by 30 or 40% on the businesses in the state, and can't figure out why they're leaving. Oh, here comes the lifeguards are now roaring down the beaches. So. Oh
yeah.
When they're going that fast, I mean, we're in the middle of a shoot. That had to probably be the signal for. Here comes the second one. Well, I wish they knew what movie we walked into.
Oh, we'll have to figure that one out.
Yeah, we walked into a good one though. We had a suspicion when you have 16 lifeguards between 2 towers. I mean, we're not talking ordinary lifeguards. We're talking the lifeguards that are basically all young and well muscled.
These are the lifeguards that you always think are on California beaches. Lifeguards.
Yeah.
Yeah. NPR appalled by former executives. Comments.
Yeah, like the head of the NCR resigned a little while ago because of those comments. Because everybody has been saying, you know, that those comments, you know, that's their feeling towards anybody that isn't liberal. Well, they now heard it on tape. Oh, they want to arrest the guy that did the taping, though, for violating the laws.
Oh, yeah? Of
Yeah.
course they want to arrest them.
I know. They don't want to do anything about the racist at the NPR, but they want to arrest the... Yeah, but I mean, they're burning up the rubber on the sand. The two cars now going one bypassing the other, so...
Japan's stealth jet prototype set to fly in 2014.
Yeah, supposedly they only have a defense force, so what do they need with a stealth fighter plane?
And a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
I know, this is a good one, folks. That you know the country is going to hell in a handbasket when young men pass up the opportunity to take the bikinis out for a date.